Mahin just cleared PMP from USA. First of all, Mahin, congratulations. Mahin,
Thank
why don't you share your journey in your own way? How did you clear it? What were the things, etc., etc.?
you. Yeah, so I started, I think, in August or September. So a
Mhm.
long time. It wasn't a short journey. I had two vacations in the middle, some work commitments in the middle. So I kept stopping and starting, stopping and starting. So
Mhm.
it took me a long time to finish. But as soon as I got a call from Amir sir, and he said, Ramzan se pehle, you have to finish. I
Mhm.
don't care, you have to finish. So then I got serious, and then I think in within 1 month I got extremely serious, and I made a plan with Trimsy sir, and then and then I just stayed on schedule, and then I just did all my mocks, did my RCAs in detail, kept up with Trimsy sir, anything videos he was telling me to watch, anything he was telling me to focus on, I did that, and then I just went today to write my exam.
Mhm.
Passed.
How was your exam?
The exam was good. So the content that you provide, especially I would say the overall 6 mocks, the last 6 ones that you provide for us before, like when we were prepping to write the final exam, was very, very good in terms of helping with exam like questions. I think a lot of it was a lot of scenarios were similar to what would come up on the exam. The first quarter was difficult, and I had to constantly think between two options. Like, is it this one? Is it that one? Is it this one? Is it that one? While keeping the time management in mind. But I think overall, with the help of the people mock, the process mocks, the 180 mocks, and the last 6 mocks, and the other 5 mocks you give us, I think it's a great reach to go through all the questions that you can expect on the exam.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Let's work into that and let's move forward from there. What are the things in the exam that you would recommend everyone to take care and make sure that they are working in the right direction?
One thing that immediately increased my score was a tip that I got from you was to slow down.
Mhm.
Um, I really, really, really start to notice a question and what the issue is, what stage in the project life cycle you're in. When you slow down, you read the question. I think you have to know your basics really well. So if you don't know that, then when I didn't know that, I was constantly guessing between the answers. As soon as I kind of learned my basics, my basic agile principles, the difference between agile and predictive,
Mhm.
and what each person's role is within a team or a project, is when I started to say like, okay, these two answers are similar, but like this doesn't make sense because this isn't that person's role, so this should be my answer. So it really helped with my process of elimination in terms of my top two choices, which is something that I've always struggled with.
Hmm. Okay, let's work into that further on. If I put it into the context about the preparation, right?
Yeah.
So now today you manage the time 80, 75, 75, or how did you manage the time?
Yeah, it was 80, 75, 75. I kept it with what you gave me to do.
Okay, you read very fast. Like normally, like you are English speaker and you are born and brought up here, so that's your natural tendency that you read it very quickly. And many of the students they do that.
Yeah.
So how did you slow down?
Um, when I saw my scores getting better when I slowed down, it kind of pushed me to slow down more. But I would read the question because my natural instinct is to go fast. And then I would say I didn't pick up on everything. I would constantly remind myself, okay, Maheen, what's the issue? Whose role is involved in this, and what stage of the project life cycle am I in? If I didn't get that from my first time reading, I knew I was going too fast. So now I have to go back and read the question again, which I felt was very tedious. So then I kind of trained myself. I was like, okay, slow down, read it, who's involved, what stage are you in, and what's the issue.
Hmm.
So that always after every question I read, I quickly did a quick check of those 3 things, and then that helped me slow down and not have to keep reading back and figuring out the answer.
Hmm. So you need to basically train yourself, if I have
Yeah,
to say that, right?
yeah,
You need to train yourself and then you are able to get this thing done, right?
yeah, yeah. Because every time I was stuck on 2 questions and I didn't know which one was the answer, like sometimes it is difficult, but most of the time when I reread the question, the solution was more clear to me. I was able to understand, okay, this is why, because
Hmm.
I didn't read the question correctly and I missed a step.
Okay, okay. Let's
Yeah.
take it further into that. So how many drag and drop questions were there? Which mocks were comparatively better and how things were for you, please?
So I think I had 4 drag and drop questions. Um, 4 to 5 drag and drop questions. I think your overall 6 mocks, the last 6 mocks that you make us do, were super helpful. We're super helpful. We're really close to what the exam you can expect the exam to be like.
Mhm.
So they're very helpful, I think. Even the last 5 180 were super helpful, but the most helpful were the last 6. I think they really outlined what was on the exam really well, what topics to focus on, and like how to answer the questions. Like when the questions were coming, I was like, oh, I remember something similar to this in the mocks. So I knew how to kind of navigate the problem.
Mhm. Okay, let's walk through the process. You took a lot time to compare, to do the entire PMP preparation and things of those nature, right? So if someone is preparing now and they want to get this thing done, how would you recommend them how they can do this in the quick time? Because you see, you are busy and so is everyone else, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You are busy and so is everyone else. So how would you say that they can prepare and work into that way?
I just think you have to commit. As soon as I just committed, even though I was tired, even though I didn't want to do it, I could have 10 excuses, but I knew that I've committed. I need to finish this. I think it's just a mindset. As soon as you develop that I'm committing to this mindset, I think you just end up doing the work. Like I was doing this for months and I was like, oh, it's okay, I'll take a vacation. It's okay, I'm just tired today. But as soon as you called me mindset switch, I said, okay, Mahin, you're finishing this, and then I finished it. It's really not that hard. Like I understand again, everyone's busy after work. You get tired. You have people have kids and other responsibilities. But just commit that this 1 month is for my PMP, and I will, no matter if I'm tired or what comes up, I will finish it. And then I think that will help. Um, in terms of doing that, just take out some time. Like after work, I would do what a 1 hour break. I would never ever start studying right after work because I'm already mentally exhausted, and my mock scores were low, and when my mock scores were low, my RCA time took long. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to take 1 hour, I'm going to refresh, I'm going to get away from my screen because my job involves my screen. I'm going to do anything else, and then after 1 hour, I'm going to sit back here, come back and refresh and do my mocks.
Mm. Okay, I really like what you said that your job is on screen, and if I do more on screen, I will have a problem into that. So I really like that thing that if you
Yeah,
keep doing the screen, you will keep feeling bad, and then yeah, then things will
yeah,
bad for you, and then
yeah,
a problem is there. Okay,
yeah,
so how you basically working, how you are doing that thing along the way, controlling your nerves and things of those nature.
yeah. So I think your the video you sent to us right before the exam, like how to navigate the exam. And when you told me the first 60 questions are going to be difficult, I had mentally prepared for that. And they were difficult. They were more difficult than the last 120, I would say. So when I knew that they were hard and I was a little bit unsure of the questions, I kept myself calm and said, Amir, remember Amir said 2/3 of the exam is still there. It's okay. Don't worry. Just try your best, answer. You have 2/3 of the exam, just score there. So I think that really helped me calm my nerves and feel okay. I think my end scores of my overall mocks were good too, so that was a bit
Was my
reassuring.
What was my comment last night to you when you
Yeah,
told me the
it's
score?
exceptional scores.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it was this.
that made me feel good to get some positive feedback from you because I always get negative feedback from you. Mahin, you're too fast. Mahin scores are low. So the first time you said something positive, so it made me feel really good. And then I was kind of expecting hard 180. I mean, I was expecting hard first 60 anyways. So that kind of helped me calm my nerves. I took every break. When I went on break, I walked around. I had a little bit of chocolate like you suggested. I had water. I just looked outside the window. I didn't think about the exam. I completely said, it's done. It's sent. I don't need to worry about it. So then when I went back into the exam, I felt more refreshed. I didn't feel down and dragged from the 60 I've just finished.
Okay,
So it helped calm my nerves.
okay, that's a great thing. So
Yeah.
you both of the breaks, break one,
Yeah.
okay. And do you recommend that you should take both breaks?
100%. 100%. You should take both breaks. I mean, I needed it. I think I started getting fidgety and anxious. Like I like start like shaking, or I'm just like, I need to go walk for like a few minutes. Like I need to not look at this anymore. And the 10 minutes to go use the bathroom and just look out at the window and walk and have a sip of water really helps refresh and calm my nerves.
Hmm. Okay, let's put into that. You did 180 questions. Do you
Yeah.
think doing 180 question is important? If yes, why? If not, why not?
Like attempting all 180 questions in the exam or during your mocks?
Doing the mocks.
Yeah, I think it's important because it helps with your time management and your durability for how long you can go for the exam. Like I feel like if I didn't do 180 mocks a few times, I would have been super burnt out by the end of the exam. Because once I kept doing so many 180s, 60 felt like a breeze to me.
Hmm.
60 was like vacation for me. I was like, oh great, this is it, we're done, right? So when I kept doing 180, 180, 180, it helped me like kind of train for keeping my energy levels up, for focusing on certain questions
Hmm.
for when my exam would happen. So I think you should be doing 180.
Hmm. 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 Okay, so doing that is a helpful thing. What is your
Yeah.
feedback on random mocks?
The random mocks are a little crazy. I think I had my lowest scores on those mocks. And they really scared me. And then I went on everyone's success journey. And that was my one question I asked. What was your score on random mocks? Because that really scared me. But I think it prepped me for um, when I did my other mocks, like I got a lot of, once I did a detailed RCA, it really helped me for the final end of the uh, exam writing.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, do you think doing random mocks can be important for the exam, or you think no, it's not necessary?
Mm, I did them a while ago.
Compare it with the exam difficulty. Like how difficult the
So
exam
the
was.
random mocks feel like the first 80 questions, feel like the first 60 questions of the exam. Like they're hard. The random mocks are hard. The first 80 are hard. I'm not going to say they're easy. They really make you think, and I feel like all random mocks made me think a lot.
Hmm.
So yeah, it is good for the first 60 questions of the exam because it makes you think. You feel like on the exam, okay, this seems familiar. How did I navigate this question? What was my RCA? Well, what did I do? So that does help. But for I think majority of the exams, the last six were very helpful. Plus your 180 overall that you gave us. That was really helpful. One other thing I did that actually Sudha recommended. So my last, and I know you don't agree with this. So my last five mocks and my overall six mocks, I did my RC on PDF. I did my RC on everything else on Excel, but my last package that Trimsy sent me, I did on PDF. And I think it kind of helped. I felt like my Excel was so crowded, I had so much stuff in there. I felt good to let go of that, put look at my PDF. It felt like a ending little package for me. I like to add comments on every thing I got wrong, and I was like, listen, like, and I wrote out, Mahin, this is why. Like, I just had the question. I said, this is the main point. This is why the answer is like this, and I did like a definition. So multiple highlights throughout the question and little comments was visually more appealing and helpful to learning for me. And I took that from Sudha, so credit to her, and it helped me. So I thought maybe if it helps somebody else, but I know you don't agree with this. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's what.
yeah. So that is teaching a lot, but no, that's okay. As long as you clear the PMP, I don't care.
Yeah,
I,
fair enough.
I practically don't care as long as now you today you cleared. If they
Yeah,
if God forbid something bad had happened, then I would have been yelling at you. What you so you cleared it. Now you are a
yeah,
certified PMP, so you can guide others. It brings to me the next thing. As we were discussing on call, make some good questions that we will be using in next PMP marathon. The most
right.
important thing of my community, as Sudha is doing, as Trimzi is doing, each one teach one is the mantra here.
Yeah,
Right? So start from home with your brother. Like
yeah,
for everybody, like I had a conversation with his brother. Then he got married. Then Maheen come, and then he told me, me and my brother will be joining, and he will be joining after a month. I said, okay, give me his number. I checked. I said, hey, I had a conversation with this guy few months back. He had a married. Did it go? Did he got married? She said, yeah, that's why he will be starting after 1 month. So so happy you are him as a certified PMP. Now looking forward him. And apart from that, there will be many people reaching you out. So
for
whoever
sure.
reaches you out, each one teach one is the mantra of game. I hope you can help them and work with them. Mine,
Sure,
give me a good picture of you. I will put in a thumbnail. And
sure.
now you just did PMP. Relax, enjoy your day.
Yes,
Thank you very much, Esther.
sure. Thank you, and thank you to Trimsy and Sada for your help, and Amritsar. Thank you to